Today I will continue the story of qimendunjia school.
Daddy, can we choose the guy who can summon us?
A young voice asked.
Hey, theoretically, we have the right to choose.
The answer seems to be put by the master of the family.
Theoretically? But humans always say that theory differs too much from the fact. That means we actually have no right to choose, right?
The young voice seems to probe. You, an infantile sound screamed.
Oh, my God. Shut his mouth. My dear, can't you just put an eye on the little?
A master of the family indicated to someone else who hasn't started to talk yet. Zhu Xichuan looked up to source the sound. When he looked into the youngest monster face to face with 2 eyes to 4 eyes, Zhu Xichuan was stunned. And Zhu Xichuan's gaze scared the youngest one with a scream of you, to the end of the farm fence in the forest. The trees are used to alleviate wind. God knows 4 unexpected guests came today. According to his research on shenaging on the sneak, these divine beasts are you. They are the shape as owl but with a face like human and 4 eyes and a pair of ears. Their leather is similar to peacocks. It's just that male you are of peacock green whereas the female ones are of peacock blue. The sound they yelled when they are young or being scared sounds like they are phonating their names. But their yelling will cause disaster drought. But falling of their leather on ground bring rain. Zhu Xichuan is still blankly staring at the youngest 2. Even the youngest one is now unable to scream out as its mouth is now covered by the elder one. It still glazed at Zhu Xichuan from head to foot without hesitation.
Well, Daddy, you see, theoretically humans cannot actually see us.
Another comparatively small you sense the abnormality. See the Zhu Xichuan and his youngest brother looking into each other.
Oh. Ha, my son, no matter theoretically or actually, humans can never see us.
Answered by the biggest 2, the master of the family with a magnetic sound.
Then, Daddy, you see, isn't the little boy staring at us?
The loquacious you asked pointing to Zhu Xichuan. All the 4 you stared at Zhu Xichuan with 8 eyes for seconds. Suddenly, the you who has been covering the mouth of the youngest one was frightened to scream.
You.
And then the one who asked the question started to scream following it. The youngest one also frightened to scream but without sound as its mouth being covered. It is the master of the family who is the wisest. He punched the loquacious into faint by his wing. Following, he turned around and covered the mouth of the female you. Finally, the biggest you took his courage and asked without belief.
Hello, little buddy. Are you staring at us?
Zhu Xichuan raised his eyebrow and shrugged to it. Is there any animal else here?
Animal? He is humiliating us. He is saying that we are animals.
The biggest young seems to be so sensitive with the word animal. I am sorry. I don't know what I could call you. Zhu Xichuan was so intensified. He also felt it inappropriate to call them as animal. Nevertheless, they have the same head as humans.
We are divine beast. My dear. Divine beast. Obviously you have no idea, but how could you have no idea? Normal humans know so little about us. Even so, how could you call us animals? But you can see me.
The biggest he forgot to cover the mouth of the female one. He bent his front with his hands clasped behind his back and paced on the branch like a human. The female covered her mouth with one wing and covered the youngest one's mouth by the other, unwillingly to take any disasters to this innocent land.
Ah, hi, I am Yunuo, the eldest son of our family, and that is my father Yushin.
The faint one woke up and introduced his family to Zhu Sixuan. Then he flew to the other side, pointing to the female Yu.
And this most beautiful lady is my mother Yu the Beauty. The youngest one is the newcomer of our family, my younger brother Yuzin.
Yu the Beauty is obviously satisfied by the compliment of his son and proudly shook her beautiful blue leather, giving Zhu Sixuan a nod as a greeting. While the youngest one can only nick-tea to show its friendliness. Hi, Inuo, MRU-kun, MRSU Lady the Beauty, and Yuzin. Zhu Sixuan waved his hand to the youngest one, who was the first one to discover him, and introduced himself. My name is Zhu Sixuan. Yukun was stunned while he was still pacing on the branch, and then calmed.
So you are Zhu Sixuan, the so-called descendant of the double dragon. So it makes sense then. Normal human can never see us.
So I'm not a normal human? Zhu Sixuan asked, being depressed.
What? Don't you know that?
The question seems to be a big surprise for you, Kun. Zhu Sixuan shook his head and curiously asked, what is double dragon? Are you saying that I am a dragon? It seems that I have heard times of this thing.
Oh, my God. What a stupid question it is. Obviously, the kid's mother didn't even teach his the basic knowledge.
Showing off, Yukun darted a look at the beauty. Yu the Beauty coughed unpleasantly and scared Yukun off the branch. Waving his wings, Yukun said to Zhu Sixuan,
Kid, it is your mother who you should ask this question from. No. Your mother should have told you about this. But your mother obviously didn't tell you. Then why didn't she tell you? But if only I know that, I should not be asking you.
While Yukun is chattering without stop, a shout of Zhu Sixuan came from far away.
Zhujiuan, 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 come back home for dinner.
Zhu Sixuan confusedly turned his head and was about to leave and turned back, asking, Yukun, can I come back for you tomorrow?
I'm afraid not, my kid. We come out only when there are tasks.
Yukun shrugged to show his helpless. This not China. How could you guys show up here? Will we meet in future? I have so many questions to ask you. With the sound coming near, Zhu Sixuan asked hurriedly, seeing his mother is coming towards him.
Oh, dear. This is not China, but our race is in charge of rain. Any changes of the climate all over the world can influence China. Isn't it, Addlehead? When the fate comes, we will see again. I believe that won't be long.
Just as voice faded, Yukun's family flew to the sky as an arrow and disappeared. Reluctantly, Zhu Sixuan ran to his mother's direction. Ching Sini felt kind of abnormality, but she didn't see anything by herself. She played down.
What are you doing around the forest?
Just for walking and think about something. Zhu Sixuan talks in a tone as an adult to answer his mother's question.